What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eye Bri back from the PT channel to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 14, review, recap, discussion, all those good things. Obviously, spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode, as we're going to discuss it and talk about it and recap it a little bit. So overall, guys, I thought the episode was very good. One of the best episodes of Season 8. I'm excited for the next two episodes. It's going to be bittersweet because it's going to be the last two episodes of Season 8. But we love The Walking Dead. How about you? Join our Walking Dead family by subscribing to the PT channel. It's easy. Just hit that subscribe button and get notifications by hitting that bell. I hope you do. Now, Jadis, Negan, Rick, Morgan, there was a lot of stuff going on here. Jadis is alive. I like the complex idea of Jadis. But what's going to happen with her? And where was she going in that helicopter? We just don't know. How does she have this awesome little shipping container apartment, tiny house setup? I think it's pretty cool. We'll see what's in store for Jadis. Negan's going to come back around to see her again. Obviously, we haven't seen the last of Jadis. Is she going to be a whole new character? I'm interested. How about you guys? The Negan thing was pretty interesting. It was pretty funny. Negan is pretty funny. You have to give it to him. But it's kind of unbelievable how he just gets out of everything. He's a smooth talker, smooth operator, but we all know Jadis was not going to kill Negan. That would not be a satisfying way for Negan to go out. But it was kind of interesting how we got the backstory of Lucille. If you read Here's Negan the comic, we already knew that. Lucille was Negan's wife. She's gone. This Walker Winslow 3.0, probably the coolest version. I think it's definitely cooler than the second version. The first version was kind of lame, but this one was pretty cool. It wasn't used, but it was pretty interesting to see that there's still walkers there, that she did this somehow. And also, how did Negan get this gun? He had his arms tied up. He went over to the bag, the suitcase that Jadis was taking with her, went through it, took out the Polaroids, grabbed the flare, had the gun ready, lit the flare, all while basically tied up still. I just had to laugh at it. But either way, Negan is back at the sanctuary. And what's up with the watch, the setup, the time, the meeting, the helicopter? Who's in the helicopter? Where was Jadis going? Negan's going to come back to talk to Jadis at some point, is what was said. Jadis didn't say anything about it. A new start, a new beginning. Is it Season 8, Season 9? I'm interested. How about you? Michonne was there for Rick. We saw Michonne reading her letter. Rick started to read Carl's letter to him at the very end of the episode. And it was just a touching moment between Rick and Michonne. Rick went and did his own thing. Michonne was probably pissed that she took the coat. How did he get the coat anyway? Where did she go with the coat and the gun? But either way, Rick went and joined Morgan. But I like Michonne. She didn't have the biggest part this episode. You know, it was more of a standby secondary role. But Michonne is there for Rick, and Rick is there for Michonne going forward. And Rick was reading the letter from Carl. I would like to see the letters read out loud, but we didn't get it. Daryl is kind of interesting to me, as he hates Dwight. And I mean, really, he hasn't really felt comfortable with Dwight from the very beginning when Sherry and Dwight took his stuff. And then Dwight said, I'm going to kill him at the end of it one way or another. Tara was that way. And then Dwight kind of stood up for him a little bit. But then Dwight and Daryl, is there still a conflict there going forward? It's not with Tara anymore. Tara's fine. She's going to live. It's been a day or so since that, so she's all right. Daryl and Rosita, we'll see them next episode for sure. Are they going to take Eugene out? I doubt it. I think it's all talk for that. I don't think anyone's going to kill Eugene. Eugene is going to survive one way or another. But they're going to be at the bullet making factory, the outpost. We'll see what happens next episode. There wasn't much for this, just setting up next week's episode with them. We'll see how it goes down. But I did like the interaction with Carol and Morgan. Morgan is definitely messed up. He's seeing a dead Henry that wasn't dead. He saw Gavin, the previous episode, that was dead. He's seeing things, hallucinations. He doesn't die, so I don't think he's going to die in the series, let alone this season, because he's going to be on Fear the Walking Dead. So is he ever going to die? I don't know. He could stick around to the very end. He said he doesn't die the second time now, so that just makes sense. But I like Carol and Morgan being together. I like Morgan and Rick being together. I like that Carol saved Henry. That was a nice touching moment. Definitely a callback to Season 2. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Morgan and Carol are kind of different, but kind of the same, but very different in the mindsets right now. Morgan's still messed up. I don't know what his psyche is going to be for the rest of the series, but Carol's back to her normal self. She saved Henry, which was cool. Carol and Ezekiel had their little moments. We'll see what happens with their future too. Not sure if Ezekiel's going to stick around or not, but Carol, I think she'll be fine. I know people were saying that the spoilers say that Carol's going to die. I don't see Carol dying on the show for a long, long time, if ever. The Walking Dead and AMC love Melissa McBride. The fans love Carol and Melissa McBride. And some people hate Carol, which is dumb. Some people hate Daryl too, which is dumb too. But Carol is an important part to the show. Melissa McBride does a lot of great things that you might take for granted, but she's very important to the show, and she's a great actress. Morgan and Rick was one of the best parts of the episode, coming back full circle, especially when Rick and Morgan were talking in the bar when it was all said and done, like, why did you save me? And Morgan said, because my son was there. Morgan might not have saved Rick if Dwayne wasn't there. That's crazy to think how different the show would have been going forward from season 1, episode 1. But either way, Morgan and Rick together again. We don't know if we'll see that more and more in the series because Fear the Walking Dead is getting Morgan, and we don't know if he's going to ever come back to The Walking Dead. Hopefully he does down the road. But Rick in the jacket is someone you don't want to mess with. He's always bloody and just rough and tough with the jacket and a beard. You don't want to mess with him. It was kind of crazy when he was saying things like, you can come join the hilltop, and then some of the Saviors wanted to go do that, but Rick's like, I lied. I personally felt a little bit bad for those Saviors that wanted to come back to the hilltop and make it work. But they left. They made a choice. It was just a flight or fight response. And where's Gregory? We just don't know, right? What happened with him? Is that who Negan picked up? Is it Gregory or is it Laura? Can't wait to find out. But this guy is gone. We'll talk about him in a second for sure. But Jared is gone and we're all happy about it. We can move on, right? But Morgan and Rick were taking out the walkers and the Saviors. I kind of felt bad for the Saviors that died a little bit, especially the ones that wanted to come back to the hilltop. They cut Rick loose and Morgan to help out. Rick and Morgan went against their word and Rick lied. And Rick said the same thing to the Savior that Daryl shot that was hiding behind the tree, the actor who played Minkus on Boy Meets World. But the walkers came in. There were so many walkers in there, so many extras, so many walkers coming in that herd. They took out the Saviors, and I don't know if Jared's death was satisfying or not to go out by walkers, but it was pretty cool. It's pretty gruesome, pretty gory. Reminded me a lot of the Noah death, how his face was right there. Noah's face was right there against the glass to Glenn, and Jared's was kind of facing Morgan's, just the way they shot it a little bit. But the walkers took out Jared. I saw a lot of parodies in this episode with the bar scene in season 2. Also, the fight with Jared and Morgan reminded me a lot of Morgan with Rick fighting back in season 3. And then what Morgan said to Henry, don't ever be sorry. That was a line that came right from season 3 with Carl. Henry is definitely the new Carl. Carl 2.0 is Henry for sure in so many different aspects. But when I saw Jared fighting Morgan just like this, Morgan was on the ground with the fight with Jared, but here he was putting the knife into Rick's shoulder. So it was kind of connection what I saw. But Jared is gone. I'm excited that he is gone. The death could have been a little more gruesome and gory just because the character was so annoying, such a pain in the butt nuisance on the show. Definitely one of the worst characters in the series of The Walking Dead for me. Makes the top 3 for sure. Henry. He's saved. Carol got to save Henry. And there's a big connection with Henry for obvious reasons to Carol. One, the actor is actually the brother of the actress who played Sophia, which is crazy. Carol could actually save Henry this time when she couldn't save Sophia. Just the same water, I think, was used and the area with the trees and back in season 2 reminded me of the same part here. Sophia left that area when she was supposed to stay there. Rick said, stay there, I'll come back for you. Sophia died. Henry is still alive. So I see a lot of connections with Carol and Henry, like Carol and Sophia. Carol could actually save Henry, and hopefully Henry becomes a big part of the show and the series. And remember, to me, it's Carl 2.0. But Rosita and Daryl, they're setting up for next week's episode. I think it should be pretty good. We got 2 more episodes, guys. Episodes 15 and 16. But the bullet maker, is he going to be taken out? Eugene with the bullet casings, he's making bullets. We'll see where that comes into play. If it's episode 15 or 16, we'll see some big things coming up. But overall, I thought episode 814 was really good. One of the best episodes of season 8. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Post your comments below. If anyone's on Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, we are at the PT channel. Give us a follow. I got 6 books in my book series, guys. Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kindle version, so we got paperback and digital copies available. Become a PT Peep by subscribing. That means you'll be a valued member of the PT channel. I hope you do. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers. To be eligible for prizes and giveaways that are coming up, you got to be a subscriber, and I hope you do. Remember, guys, believe in yourself. If you can dream it, you can do it. Let me know your thoughts of episode 814. I thought it was really good. I'm excited for the last 2 episodes. How about you? And thank you for watching, guys.